Welcome to this explainer. Did you know a staggering number of corporate marriages just completely fail? Today, we are going to uncover exactly why that happens, and, more importantly, why IT due diligence is the absolutely critical strategic lever that prevents disastrous investments and unlocks massive post-merger value.
So let's jump right into a massive problem we see all the time. Why do some of the biggest, most expensive acquisitions completely fall apart once the ink dries? The boardrooms agree on the numbers, the handshakes are made, the champagne is popped, but when the actual integration begins, everything just grinds to a halt. Well, the culprit usually isn't the financial modeling. It's almost always the technology hiding beneath the hood.
It's really helpful to think of target valuations like a giant iceberg. The things buyers easily see, the visible products, the current revenue, market share, all of that floats safely on the surface. But lurking dangerously below the waterline, that's where you find severe security gaps, viral open source licenses, and heavy, hidden technical debt. If you don't take a deep dive under the surface, you are literally sailing your investment right into a hazard.
To navigate these tricky waters, here is our roadmap for today. We'll uncover those hidden risks, define IT due diligence, look at the 6 assessment pillars, walk through the 5-step execution engine, translate technical red flags, and finally, build the integration roadmap.
All right, kicking things off with Section 1, the hidden risks of M&A, where we explore the dangers beneath the surface.
If an acquiring company ignores the technical depths, they risk taking on critical vulnerabilities that can completely derail the merger's intended value. We are talking about hidden technical debt. Honestly, it's essentially like buying a luxury multi-million-dollar mansion only to discover the plumbing is held together by duct tape. We're looking for severe security gaps, like a target company not even having an incident response plan or doing regular patching. We're hunting for viral open-source licenses that could legally compromise proprietary code down the line, or completely unsupported proprietary systems running on retired vendor software. These aren't minor IT headaches, they are absolute deal breakers.
Moving right along to Section 2, defining IT due diligence, which is basically the sonar for M&A valuation.
So what exactly is it? Well, think of IT due diligence, or Itdd, as your deep water sonar. It is a comprehensive investigation conducted by IT specialists to evaluate the target company's true technological health. It looks at the technology itself, the underlying infrastructure, the security posture, and, crucially, the staff. This ensures that the technology assets are accurately valued, and just as importantly, that the technical landscape can actually support the future business goals of the newly merged entity.
But here's the thing. Itd isn't just about playing defense. Sure, on one side we have value protection. Those are the defensive moves, like getting an accurate valuation to prevent overpaying for hidden costs and mitigating risks against unpatched systems or compliance failures. But on the flip side, it absolutely plays offense through value creation. It enables proactive integration planning to reduce post-merger downtime, and it performs critical scalability checks. You have to know if those systems can handle new markets and increase transaction volumes, right?
That brings us to Section 3, the 6 assessment pillars, or essentially, exactly where we need to look. A truly comprehensive diagnostic doesn't just skim the surface. It structurally scans 6 critical dimensions of the target company. We're talking everything from the tangible physical hardware all the way up to the overarching IT strategy and external dependencies. This structured framework ensures literally no stone is left unturned. First, it evaluates infrastructure and architecture for stability. Then, it reviews cybersecurity and risk management, checking for penetration testing and strict compliance. It audits software and licensing to flag those viral open source issues we mentioned earlier. It also evaluates IT strategy and organization to ensure the staff culture actually aligns with the business. It dives into data management and privacy, looking for strict compliance mechanisms for things like GDPR and HIPAA. And finally, it analyzes vendor and third-party risks by dissecting complex service-level agreements. This is exactly how you build a complete, unvarnished picture of a company's tech health.
All right, Section 4, the 5-step execution engine. Let's look at how this investigation actually works in practice.
You can't just wing this process. It requires a highly systematic 5-step execution engine. It takes us from defining the initial scope at the very beginning all the way to delivering a final, actionable operational roadmap at the end.
Let's break it down. First, you align the scope directly with the buyer's overarching investment strategy. Second, you gather the empirical baseline, stuff like network diagrams, asset lists, and contracts. But step three is where it gets really fascinating. Actually sitting down and interviewing CTOs, IT managers, and system administrators directly is often how investigators uncover the real, hidden operational truths that are completely missing from the official paperwork. Step 4 then takes those truths to identify severe security gaps and formulate a comprehensive risk profile. And finally, Step 5 generates the ultimate investment strategy and Day 1 integration playbook.
Next up, Section 5, Translating Technical Red Flags, where we bridge the gap to actual business impact.
This step acts as a critical translator. You see, there's often a massive language barrier between the IT department and the C-suite. We have to turn highly technical jargon into quantifiable business risks. We're transforming IT problems into hard business realities.
Let me give you an example. Take an issue like heavy technical debt, which is usually characterized by outdated legacy systems. Now, to the engineering team, that's a frustrating IT headache. But translated to business impact, that represents immediate, exorbitant maintenance costs and some really significant post-deal capital expenditure requirements. Or consider key personnel risk, having a really high dependency on a single individual for institutional knowledge. If that person leaves right after the acquisition, you are facing a critical business continuity threat. The business impact here is severe, material, and highly quantifiable.
Finally, we reach Section 6, the Post-Merger Integration Roadmap. What happens on Day 1 and beyond?
A good IT due diligence report doesn't just hand the buyer a massive list of problems and walk away. That would only be half the job. Instead, the final diagnostic output seamlessly transitions from deal diligence straight into a comprehensive Day 1 operational playbook. The technical findings directly inform your immediate post-merger priorities. This structured timeline provides a clear, actionable path forward. In the first 30 days, the focus is entirely on securing and stabilizing. You're executing rapid incident response plans, enforcing universal multi-factor authentication, and securing the perimeter based on the gaps found during diligence. By 60 days, you shift to address and remediate, sunsetting that unsupported legacy technology we talked about and establishing proper governance. Then, by day 90, you are ready to integrate and scale, executing complex system integrations and leveraging verified scalability to confidently enter new markets.
At the end of the day, executing this strategic diagnostic playbook transforms hidden liabilities into structured value creation nodes for the newly merged entity. It takes the terrifying unknowns hiding beneath the waterline and converts them into a clear architectural blueprint for success. It protects the merger's value and enables explosive growth. So, before you sign off on your next major acquisition, or even if you're preparing your own company for a potential sale, you really have to ask yourself, do you truly know what operational realities are hiding just beneath the surface? Because in the high-stakes world of M&A, what you don't know absolutely will hurt you. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep investigating, and we'll catch you next time.